Now we're going to the Moldovan capital, Chisinau, to get the latest developments from journalist and co-founder of Agora News, Dimitru Ciorici. Thank you very much for your time there, Dimitru. Now, what are protesters calling for? Why are protesters calling for early elections, rather? And more importantly, do you think the government will meet their demand?
Well, good evening, first of all. The protesters went on the streets to demonstrate against corruption, selective justice, media censorship, against a government controlled by an oligarch. So they say they cannot support more the situation, and that's why their only demand is early elections, where this corrupt politicians will go to the recycle bin, let's say like this.
Sorry, continue on.
During the demonstrations today, they marched on the central boulevards of Chisinau, and in the end, they say they give an ultimatum to Moldovan politicians to call for early elections. So the ultimatum's deadline is on January 28th, on Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. After that, they said that they will call people to civil disobedience in case their demands are not satisfied.
Right, okay. Now, the current government came to office in 2009. Do you think the EU has played a part in the country's weak economy?
Well, EU has helped a lot in the last years. Unfortunately, Moldovan politicians could not use this support for developing the country. Instead, they have developed a lot of corruption schemes, and they lost people's trust that they had. They had the population's majority, they had a lot of support, they had the majority support from the population. Unfortunately, they could not use that for developing the country.
When you say corruption schemes, do you have some examples for us? What exactly are these schemes about?
I'm sure you heard about $1 billion that was stole from the banking system. Well, it happened in Moldova. And all these schemes were covered by Moldovan politicians who were in power in the last years. Each day, each week, free media is reporting about corruption issues. Unfortunately, the Anti-Corruption Center, the General Prosecutor, does not take any action. Why? Because it's politically controlled, and people understood that, they see that every day, and when they got on the streets today, they said they are sick and tired of this oligarchs, and they want to get rid of them because they control the General Prosecutor and the Ministry of Interior, the Justice Sector, the Anti-Corruption Center, and they also, the oligarchs control the majority in the parliament.
Okay, Dimitru, thanks very much for your time today.